not finished.
Yeah.
In 64, subsection 4, the act say you cannot collate, you cannot collate or announce results until you confirm and verify the results with the result already transmitted and transferred, recorded in the beavers, the accredited voters, and in number of votes in the beavers. Section 64, subsection 4, subsection 5, and in subsection 6, it says if there is a dispute, in other words, somebody says, look at what I have is different from what is in the beavers. He said you would have to stop, compare with the result in the beavers, and if there is contradiction, the one in the beavers prevails. INEC chairman is the chief returning officer in the issue of presidency. There was no beavers at all throughout, and he went on to collect and announce, making it a criminal offense. Again, when there is a disease, you have to analyze the pathology. The pathology of this case is that there was a rigging. If there was no reasonable suspicion that there was no election at all, as a matter of fact, in the eyes of the law, there was no election at all, as long as there's no transmission from the polling unit. And look at, I know, this country, the level of impunity is really very insulting. You know what they're telling us? They will soon finish uploading the result. And they have
after the fact
140,000.
As of 176,000 plus.
But after collecting and announcing, which is a criminal offense, as a matter of fact, they are admitting to Nigerian people to the crime. Now, what are we saying? What I'm telling you is that if you don't cry thief, then what are you going to court to do? And I told you that the first act in criminal procedure is complaint on the Saturday by midnight. I went there, and I'm a leader of my people, where we annihilated APC and PDP in Enugu State. In my polling unit, we have about 1,000 persons, and we got about 900 and something votes. What I am saying is that almost by midnight, because I instructed the polling unit agents that they must remain there, that if the result is not transmitted from there, is of no effect. They remained, and then reported to me, sir, the Senate is going, the House of Rep is going, the presidential is not going. I don't need any other person to tell me. That's a willful manipulation of beavers. Because when you have 3 elections, one cannot go, 2 go, and the third one did not go.
Yeah, that certainly
so I raised alarm.
Raises questions.
Good. And I even raised alarm before the election on Professor Mahmood on Channels Television Thursday. I said he's a suspect, and I have my doubts, because if a wreck openly told you that certain tribe that they are migrants in Lagos, and you saw evidence that all the PVCs that we are not shared, we are sharing the same name, and a wreck is defending it. If you are the chief returning officer, you don't remove that wreck, then with profound respect, you are complicit. And we saw what happened. I said it, that Lagos election is going to come this way. We led in Lagos election by more than 900 and something thousand votes. Don't take my words for it. Take the words of a PDP person in Lagos. That Labour led with this amount by their own agent's record. You know what? P2B won in the political capital of Nigeria, telling you that people that are near the administrative headquarters have acknowledged that he is the best administrator. He won in the commercial nerve center of Lagos, telling you that businessmen, elite businessmen and ordinary traders have recognized that he is the best commercially inclined administrator we should have. He won in national chairman of APC's polling unit. He won in the polling unit of the Director General of APC. He won everywhere in Nigeria, north, south, east, west. He's the only person that got 25% of the votes in all the geopolitical zones. only person. And he nobody had more states than him. Do you want him to kill these people politically before you give him his mandate? The votes. And some of them were open. All the places, as a matter of fact, they were warned by the one Barr of Ibarra. The tape was out there. He said, we've received directive from the top. And Bola Tinubu made the directive openly. He said it openly to his followers. Power is not served a la carte. You have to fight for it at all costs. You have to grab it at all costs. You have to snatch it at all costs. And you have to run away with it at all costs. And this was exactly what happened in Lagos State. And the Baale of Ibarra, or whatever, confessed that they received the directive to do that. And they warned everybody that if you don't do that, you will destroy you. It's there in the open. And that was what happened in Lagos. The one that hurts me is that women were not even spared of this. You saw this picture of a woman whose eye was nearly blinded. I don't know the savages that we have. What I do to women, I hold them, I cherish them, I love them, and I make LOVE to them. Forgive me. But I don't understand.
That rather takes the conversation in a different direction.
I don't understand that you will get a woman whose only problem is that she came to exercise her franchise that you told her is safe and secured, and you brutalized her. Those people are not human beings. There are a lot of manipulations went in the registration in the first place that gave you a number that is bloated. Thank God for even beavers.
What numbers are manipulated now? The registration, the collection, or the vote itself?
Did you not see a 4-year-old boy who brought out the PVC? It's there in the open. So because they know that eyes are watching them, many of such did not come out. That's what I'm saying, the manipulation. And maybe a lot of the cattle that they gave names, that they registered, most of them did not come out. Remember that some immigrants from Niger Republic and Chad were openly arrested in Kanu. It's there. It was broadcasted. So when they know that the government is serious, those ones will not come. So when you purge the system already from those illegalities, it has reduced. Then secondly, in voting properly, you know that people have been threatened. They went to Southeast and told them they must sit at home, they will not vote. Of course, it was discarded. Then they went to Lagos and openly told them, if you're not coming out to vote APC, don't come out. And even on election day, they carried out the threats. So those ones that, some of them that had come and heard it, some of them ran back. Then again, after the voting, remember, they have not shown you the list of accredited voters by the beavers, because they willfully destroyed a lot of the votes of the opposition. They will now have to bring down the number of accredited voters, because one vote above it becomes overvoting. That's why you've not seen all those recorded voters. Can you see, I'm sorry to say this, the silliness of this? After collating and announcing against the law, they will now take the collated result and announced result and carry their beavers and go home and start inputting it. Not in pulling it, in their government houses. After doing that, and they are releasing it at their leisure to tell you the level of impunity. After doing that, they will not tell you, we have inputted 140,000.
But INEC said he had a glitch. Can you prove that they were uploading these results from their government houses?
Very, very. I know it was just called res ipsa loquito. Not even any objective, not even any oral evidence can contradict objective reality. What glitch did you witness in the senatorial seat? Have you seen any one person complain about that?
No.
What glitch did you witness in the House of Rep? This is the same machine that is organizing the three. One machine, Beavers, not two.
Is it possible that...
Yes. So
like
it is
your party.
Impossible.
No, but let me ask you.
And let me tell you.
I'm not playing the devil's advocate. I want to ask you.
Let the devil's advocate. And you're not to help me.
Based on this fact,
good.
We did see political parties that didn't have candidates for the National Assembly election, such as your party. So, in that wise, you would have less candidates and less results to upload. However, when it came to the presidential elections, you did have 18 political parties, which is more. Do you think that perhaps that's why we saw the glitch for the president?
Is it possible? Basically.
Is it possible? And INEC did say in that statement that they had not upgraded to a national election level from an off-season cycle. That's what INEC said.
After collecting 305 billion naira of borrowed money, which our generations are going to pay for, any INEC man that tells you that should be sitting in jail. What did he do with the money? INEC did a mock voting.
They did.
These are all deceits. These are the reasons why such poor innocent lady went to vote. After doing the mock, they said, Nigerians, we are ready. Okay, at that point you notice the so-called glitch. Section 24 said it has become an emergency. You can't fulfill this law. The only choice you have is to postpone.